Hey there, friendlies. Welcome to the Tuesday Beard Blades and Bushcraft podcast for today. Tuesday the, what are we, the 8th? Let me verify, the 8th. I know, what am I doing podcasting? Because I'm supposed to be on strike. I am on strike. I'm not doing any regular videos until the 21st of May, which also happens to be my birthday. But I am doing the live streams because I was thinking about it, and what I was going to do was do live streams on Facebook, because you can do that now, or Instagram or whatever. But there's a couple of you guys who don't do the socials, and I would feel kind of awkward doing something that I know would prevent some of you guys from participating. So I'll do the live streams, but the videos I will either put up somewhere else, or I just won't do them. I'll still shoot stuff, but I won't put it up. So, with that being said, how's it going? Who's online with me? I know there's a couple of you. So who's out there? Outdoor. What's up, man? How's it going? How's it going? I'm working on a few things. Might look a little different tonight is because the camera's a little higher because of something I'm working on here, which I'm not sure if I'm going to show you guys tonight or not, but I will be showing it at some point. LT, what's up, Monum? I saw your YouTube strike video. I'm gonna, vid is locked up. I'm not sure what that means, but I'm just gonna hope that all is well. AST7, how's it going? How are you tonight? How's the weather where you guys are? Man, it's hot here today. Hold on, let me check what it is. I mean, it's cooling off a lot now because it's at night, but man. What is it? Yeah, right now it's 20 degrees Celsius, which in Fahrenheit, I don't know. I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit. But someone here is going to know what that is in Fahrenheit. Say 82 down there? Ace, are you in Florida or are you in Tennessee? I think you're Florida, right? Fahrenheit, Florida. I don't know what 20 is in Fahrenheit. Someone's gonna know. Beer time. LT has his eye on the prize. Okay, I got two things with me tonight, and I have to decide between the two. Just let me harangue someone and get his ass onto the live stream, because you know, sometimes you gotta harangue people. There he is. Come online. Send him a little Facebooky message. We'll see if that gets him on. If not, I'm just gonna be a grump. I'm just gonna grumpy. All right, so you know why? A7, you can read this shirt, it's not backwards. It's because I'm not using the same app. What I decided to try this time, Outdoor noticed either. Okay. What I decided to try this time is YouTube's, the built-in one for the YouTube iPhone app. Just give it a try, see how it works, see how it goes. Because I was tired of that whole flippy thing, and I couldn't get it fixed. I couldn't figure out how it happened, so... No, I'm not haranguing Simo. Are you kidding? I don't want him to come on until later, because as soon as he is on, you will both behave badly. So, we got a couple of things to talk about. I got a couple of things I'm working on. I kind of got this idea that maybe in the future what I'll do is, you know these spy cards? Maybe what I should do for the live streams, like maybe starting next time is, or no, after the strike, is just pull out a card at random and spend the first 10 minutes talking about whatever it is. So, Seven of Hearts is eavesdropping. Listening and documenting secret conversations is crucial in developing valuable intel. When eavesdropping near your target, avoid detection by blending in and engaging in simple conversation with others nearby. Concealing a recording device and a pen or cufflink will get you the proof you need. And then just spend 10 minutes like riffing on that. I don't know, what do you guys think? Because I gotta make use of these cards somehow. I was playing solitaire, patience to our British friends, last week just so I can sort of get them moving, but anyway. LT is drinking Facts 10% extra strong beer. So here's what I got. I have a Farnham. Okay. Hefeweizen. Remember that I had a Hefeweizen a couple of weeks ago and I hated it. I had it because our buddy Jägerheim Heritage Farms wanted me to try it because he's very into it. And if I hate that, then I have a Chippy Pale Ale Rousse, or a red pale ale. I guess I should show you guys the English side. This is a picture of an ex of mine. I'm just kidding. So, I'm going to open one of those. I'm just waiting to see if he's going to come on, because why would I drink the Hefeweizen if he's not going to be with us? Am I right? Oh, I'm right. One thing I do want to talk about with you guys tonight is the reason why a whole bunch of the smaller YouTubers are on strike right now. LT, Chippy is nice. Yeah, I've had it before. I don't like a lot of really pale beer, but this one's pretty good. So I don't know, LT, should we talk about the strike? Should we talk about the reasons it's going on? Because you're doing the strike as well, so I don't know. What do you think? I kind of feel that we should talk about it because it hits on something that I have been talking about since getting demonetized. But I don't want to come across as whining, you know? Like, I don't want to just sit here and, YouTube is bad. Because they're not. They're not. The company is in constant damage control mode, and they clearly don't know how to operate in the current reality. But unfortunately, it's hitting small guys like LT and myself and some of the other guys that we watch, and you guys probably watch. You know what? Let's try the Farnham. Let's try the Hefeweizen. See if I like it. You know, oh, you too, Ace? Yeah. So it's not that they're bad people. It's that they're just not running a very good business right now. Scott's on. Hey. Well, it is nice and cold. Okay, it's fine. It's good. It's delicious. Where was I? Yeah, Facebook isn't a bunch of evil guys, okay? They're just, good old Hefeweizen. I'm not a big fan, clearly. This is the second one I've tried. It's not too bitter. It's got an IBU of 12, so we're not talking about a heavy, you know. But, I don't know, man. I just don't like white beers, I guess. Back on track. So what's been happening, I mean, YouTube is trying to do damage control. Bad actors are putting up videos because YouTube's algorithms are all stupid. Adverts were showing next to videos that were talking, you know, in some cases glorifying extremism, in some cases just all kinds of not safe for work stuff. And really? Already? Snoot. Anyway. And so the way they deal with these issues, I mean, you guys know this, right? this was big news when it first happened, is they take an over keen approach to problem solving, shall we say. Outdoor just asked an interesting question. Does the vid keep reloading for you guys? And he's gonna keep track of the belching. Great. So the problem is, if you look at my channel at all, you know I'm not a bad actor. I'm not. I mean, pick someone. You know, I don't even think PewDiePie is actually a bad actor either, because I mean, what he was doing was making a social comment that if you didn't look deep enough, you could see, okay, Nazism and all this stuff. But you know, Logan Paul and guys like that, these guys are bad actors, okay? And the thing is, they have so many subscribers and get so many views that even as bad actors, YouTube makes bank off of these guys, you know? So the way they deal is ham-handed and it's simplistic. And for a company that is a Google company, and Google's big thing is AI and technology and blah, 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 the fact that they can't get this right is absolutely ridiculous. LT, same with Jackass. No problem for them. I mean, there's all kinds of these people who are doing this, you know, just childish and sometimes dangerous, sometimes exceptionally insulting stuff. Logan Paul's entire trip to Japan was one long course of telling the Japanese through actions that Americans are stupid and insulting. And most of us here know that that is not necessarily true. But so many eyes are on his videos that it makes everybody in this, well, maybe North America look bad, or maybe it makes YouTubers look bad, or just maybe it makes white boys look bad. I don't know, but anyway. I don't want to get bogged down in bitching about guys like him. But what I do want to say is, the way they're dealing with this shows a lack of understanding of their own business model, in my opinion. Because here's the thing. Even though I'm demonetized, they don't make anything off me, I don't make anything off them. But, my content is still content that they make use of, right? Because if someone's watching one of my videos, there's probably a Joe Robinette video popped up in the corner, or Scrambled O, or Lily, boom, boom, boom. You know, a bunch of people who are monetized, and YouTube does make money off of them because there are adverts on there. Like, what I'm saying is, even us small guys who've been demonetized are creating content for YouTube. And what YouTube did with this ham-handed approach is they've changed the relationship, because we're no longer a partner, right? Before, we were working hand in hand in a lot of ways. We didn't get the same perks as like the big guys, and sometimes the relationship was a little fraught with misunderstanding, but it was a partnership before. Now they're using our content and we're getting nothing for it. And I don't even care about getting nothing for it, because I was making like $100 a year, right? Because honestly, the way I was making my videos, I didn't really deserve more, because I wasn't putting videos up regularly. I found that sometimes my production values were bad, you know, and neither of those made me feel that I deserved massive numbers of views. So, you know, but the thing is, I went into 2018 and it's like, this is my year. Bought a camera. I'm paying a subscription from the music I use. You know, I was like, I'm putting up a video every week, and I'm putting up a live stream every Tuesday, because that's how you do it. And then boom, demonetized. Because the thing is, who cares about the monetization? The knock-on effect is that it takes away certain perks, certain things that we can use. Like, I can't have an end card. No, I can have an end card I can't have a... Well, it's confusing because I got grandfathered into certain things. I think that if I was starting one today, I can't have an end card linking to a Patreon or something. You know? Jägerheim, look at what I'm drinking. Hefeweizen, white German beer. And I'm not enjoying it. So I'm doing you a favor here. Though this is better than the last one I had. I have to try that dark Hefeweizen you were telling me about. So anyway, all that to say, that's why I use Brave now. Scott ham-handed. I love it. I'm using Brave. In fact, it's funny because I think Brave is trying to take advantage, because now if I sign up like a little number and people use that number and they try Brave for a month, I get $5 even though they don't do anything except try Brave for a month. You know, I haven't done it because I'm too lazy, but I might. Because here's the thing, the $100 a year I made paid for batteries, stuff like that. You know, I've sold a few T-shirts and stuff, but smaller makers, smaller channels can't yet take advantage of things like Patreon and Spreadshirt because we don't have the I guess economies of scale in terms of our subs and our viewers to really make that worthwhile. I got a couple of cool T-shirts going out, and some people have bought them, and I'm very grateful for that, because just because I like selling stuff. But anyway, so that's why there's a bunch of us who are on strike right now. We're not expecting it to to shake YouTube to its core or anything, but we're just it's a gesture just to show YouTube that, you know what, you forgot to take us into consideration, dude. Because I do think that those of us who are already in the system as partners, we should have been grandfathered in. We got grandfathered for a couple of things, I think. But we should have been grandfathered in, man. It was crass. Just a low class way to deal with your partners, you know? You want to know what I'm doing? Hold on. Jägerheim appreciates that I'm drinking the Hefeweizen. He says it's Dunkel. Okay, good to know. Tregs? Scott, is that Tregs? Oh, you're asking Outdoor Dauber. Belgians don't know how to make a good wheat beer. Okay. Yeah, Ace, exactly. We absolutely should have been grandfathered in. It wouldn't have made, but like what they're trying to do is reduce the number of channels that they have to watch for advertiser unfriendly content, right? I mean, it's not like, part of it is just the sheer numbers of people coming onto YouTube every day, putting stuff up, and they just don't have the manpower, and they clearly don't have a good enough AI to keep track of what's going on. And so that's why things happen, like, say there's a Nike commercial showing on like a neo-Nazi blah blah blah, or a video that the Daesh put out, or whatever, although I don't know if the Daesh is putting out too many more videos these days. But anyway, so all that to say that's why, even though I'll do the live streams, because of you guys who don't do the socials won't be able to keep up on if I do it on like Facebook or whatever. I'm not putting up videos until my birthday, because this strike ends on my birthday, which is pretty funny. I'll put up like a special birthday video. Oh yeah. Whoa, you had a coconut porter? Find out who made that. Doesn't matter. I probably can't get it up here anyway, but man, that sounds cool. Was it good? Oh yeah, you want to know what I'm doing? See this? Scott, no fruit and beer. I understand. Up here, there's a company that does like a cherry beer and an apple beer and an apricot. It's like they're seasonal. They're estival. I don't remember which company it is. Is it Unibrew LT? Is it Unibrew who does it, or is it like Saint Ambroise? Actually, they might both do it. Anyways. LT's bringing up something interesting because, as you know, there's another round of demonetizations and like Adpocalypse. What are we at? 3.0 now. All about videos that are deemed to be talking about like weapons, like knives, stuff like that. Just keeping up. Gun related channels are next, although it seems to be related specifically to gun modification and stuff like that. You know, I don't talk about guns on my channel very much. You know, I kind of saw that one coming, because the thing is with the gun channels, the gun videos. Well, some of the gun channels actually, they're going further on this, right? Outdoor man, a pint in Montreal is $8.50, so $6 a pint. I would love to be spending. In fact, I think it's going up to $9.50. Like imports only, Guinness and stuff like that. Unibrew Trois Pistoles. Whoo! Man, I've had a few Trois Pistoles in my day. That stuff, that'll send you to the moon if you're not careful. OLT, they're doing gun reviews as well. The thing is, this is more than demonetizing, right? You can get hits on your channel, and you know the way Fin du Monde I have drunk many of. If you get 3 hits, they can just kill your channel, right? So it's like it's even more ham-handed, and like just Anyways. I don't want to spend all night talking about this, but that's why there's a strike going on. That's why all I'm doing is live streams. For now. Until May 21st. I know why they varnish these things, but I fundamentally wish that they wouldn't. Exactly. Jaegerheim says we only talk about guns when you guys hijack my live streams. Excuse me. Local microbrewery does growler fills for $8 each all day on Thursday. Limit of 2 per customer. Holy crap. Yeah, that's not a 90-degree spine. That was going to be painful. So yeah, this handle is going to go on this hammer here. Look at that. Beautiful, right? It belongs to a friend of mine, but man, it's seen better days. It's too bad because there's nothing really wrong with this handle, but all these nails have chewed the crap out of it. It's not salvageable, so I'm going to pop it off. I'm going to dress up the head a little bit. I don't know why the hell I just said that way. And handle it up for the guy. The thing about Unibrew is that they've gone their beers are really like kind of high octane, you know, like 8 and 9%. There are 2 of them I think that are at 11%, and I find that at that point, the taste of the alcohol overpowers the taste of the beer. You know. So using that R. Murphy for kitchen work, eh? I got the cold steel one right here. I'm still using it as well for many things. It's a great shape for kitchen work. It's probably an amazing shape for like skinning game with. I don't know how many of you guys restore axes or, you know, rehandle your tools ever, but if you do store-bought tools, get this varnish off. Get this crap right off of there. It's hey, Hike with Mike is here. How's it going? Outdoor needs to plan some outdoor activities. So the hell do I. I haven't been out in a while. Part of that is because I no longer have my car, because I donated it to the Cancer Society to recycle, because they get a pretty penny for it, and I don't have to pay to get my car towed away and destroyed. And they gave me a tax receipt, income tax receipt. But yeah, Hike with Mike, the varnish is bad. This is the kind of thing where, you ask two different guys, you'll get 3 different opinions. The reason I don't like varnish is twofold. When your hands get wet, I mean, even dry, it's slippery, okay? Also, varnish up here, up inside the head of the tool, no way. You got to get that off. You got to stick it on, you got to get it full of linseed oil, because that makes it swell. Some people, they'll hammer something and dunk it in a bucket of water to get the wood to swell. That's not a good idea, because what happens then is when the wood dries again, the cells in the wood shrink back because they've dried out. If you're rehanging something and you coat it in boiled linseed oil or raw linseed oil, whatever floats your boat, and you jam it up there real good. Let's just pretend I didn't just do that. I'm going to start that again. If you coat it in oil and you mount it into the head, and then you soak it in oil again, the cells of the wood will swell to make it real, to make it tight. But as it dries, the cells don't shrink again because the water is not drying out of them. The oil has permanently made it swell up against the inside of the tool head. But that's sort of a tangent. Slippery as hell, and also as they get older and they start to crack, if you don't strip all this off and just put like a linseed oil or whatever floats your boat on it, as the varnish starts to crack, moisture starts getting trapped under the cracks, and that starts to eat away at your wood because it's not treated under that, right? It's coated, it's raw wood coated in varnish. Whereas if you have the patience, which I wish I'd had when I started on all those axe handles, don't use boiled linseed oil, use raw, because it takes forever to dry. But what that means is it's going to soak much deeper into the wood before it dries. I feel that, I've been doing those axes with boiled linseed oil forever. It's probably too late, because the oil has cured inside. But if you're doing a new handle and you have the patience, try to use raw linseed oil instead of boiled. Let me just make sure I'm... Why is varnish bad? Yeah, remove the varnish, sand, and treat with blow. Yep. That is a swell idea. Ay, ay, ay. Anyways, I'm just going to ignore that. Somewhere around here, I used to have like a little plastic clip with a razor blade that I used to scrape off this stuff, but I don't know where it is. So I don't know why I did that. Sometimes what? Yeah, okay. You're right. Outdoor, I didn't finish that. Then once you've got your tool mounted to the... Once your axe or hammer have been rehung, the traditional concept for the BLO is like, some people say once an hour for a day. I usually start with Jaeger. I've seen raw linseed oil at Canadian Tire. Zachary, hold that note because I want to talk. I'll talk about that in a second. Uh, once an hour for a day, once a day for a week, once a week for a month, once a month for a year, and then I do it at the beginning and the end of every season. Or if like it gets, if I'm in the pouring rain when I get back, I dry everything off in every oil. But yeah, I don't usually start with the once an hour for a day. I just start with once a. You know, I'm not talking about this anymore. But what I will, you know what, Zachary? I would love to buy many things from Townsend's. Okay, I, but the shipping is stupid. This may have changed. Last year, I tried to order their damn $2 catalog, and the shipping brought it to a $41 purchase. They may have fixed that by now. I don't know. But I haven't looked back since because I was like, no, no. Because that kind of thing shows me that they're not taking me seriously as a consumer, because there's no way that shipping a goddamn catalog across the border should cost that much. You just do the work to, you know, keep your damn site updated. But man, they got some nice stuff. They sell those white knives. What's his name? James White, Jack White. Outdoor, help me out here. What's his name? Jeff White? Jeff White, right? Jeff White? They sell those. I like that guy's stuff. They sell. I would love to get some of those old style. Jeff, thank you. I'd like to get some of their cooking stuff, like some of those old style mixing bowls and stuff. I would love to do a series on outdoor cooking using not like the typical bushcraft stuff, but that kind of thing, like, you know, 18th century style bowls and stuff. But like, I can't find anyone making an equivalent line of things up here. That's probably because I just don't know how to look for it. But anyways, man, I would love that, but not for the shipping. You know, but you know what? I gotta get off my arse and set up the cross-border shipping thing. You know, where I just cross the border and pick it up because it's been shipped to a specific address or something. That's what I gotta do. I gotta stop witching. Witching? What? I gotta stop bitching and get the address. Get it happening. Get it happening. Oh, I do love the smell of cedar. I tell you what. It's one of my all-time favorite trees. Literally what I'm doing right now is showing off that I'm still using this knife on the day-to-day. I was talking about this knife with someone recently. I don't remember who. But I was talking about it in the context of Moras. Because I absolutely believe that for the price, you cannot beat the Mora knife. The value for money is just, I mean, I'm not talking about this one, okay? But like, you know, the typical Moras, the ones, you know, down around the $20 mark, you can't beat them. You can't, you know? But I'm pretty impressed with this one for the money, too. I think this is almost Mora level value for money. The fit and finish isn't quite there, but it's an $18 Canadian knife. So what is it in the States, guys? Is it like 12 or 14 or something? Cedar. I do love me some cedar. Let's see what you guys are talking about while I'm ignoring you all. Well, you're wood jamming up there, no wonder you're demonetized. Great big jerk. Scott, outdoor doll roast shit, you beat me to it. Yeah, okay, everyone's a comedian here, guys. Yeah, the Hefeweizen certainly isn't quite as belchy as some of the other stuff. Outdoor, why didn't you buy that SS canister, man? For 97 cents? Jeez. But yeah, I want to do a series on outdoor cooking. Even if I just do straight up bushcraft. You know, I remember when I was a kid, I remember my uncle. Now, this isn't going to be a feel-good tale about my uncle because I hated that bastard. The day he died was one of the best of my life. And I'm not going to TMI you guys on that, but he was a real rat bastard. But, you know, he made the bannock. You know, he could cook over a campfire. He was useless at everything except that, you know. But yeah, that was my first time trying bannock, and man, I was young. Okay, I was like what, 10? There was no such thing as bushcraft yet, you know. I've got a bunch of glue stuck on this side. There was no bushcraft. There was camping. Do you know what I'm saying? Excuse me. If I was 10, we're talking like 1982. I might have even been 9 or something, you know? Bushcraft was far in the future. But the thing is, making bannock over a fire? Outdoor, are you still counting the burpees? Is that what's going on there? I'm seeing numbers. Making bannock isn't a bushcraft skill, it's an outdoor skill. It might even be a woodcraft skill. I've been listening to a lot of bushcraft-oriented podcasts lately, and there was an interesting one recently on the Paul Kirtley podcast. He was interviewing, God, I don't remember her name, but she was fascinating. She's a PhD in bushcraft. What? PhD in bushcraft. Obviously, this is in the UK because North Americans don't do anything that cool. But as part of her PhD, like, she studied the whole history of it, right? And how what we come to think of as bushcraft in the current sense, you know, it's a couple of years old, a couple of hundred years old. That, you know, it comes out of, you know, there was a very similar old time set of skills called woodcraft, you know. And LT just said that when, you know, back in the day they called it fieldcraft. Now LT, everything kind of changes with you because you're francophone. Was that like, are you translating the French term, or was it an actual English term called fieldcraft when you were back in the day? And is that an army thing, or are you saying like when you were young and camping? Because when I was young, all I knew was camping. Car camping, in fact. I'd never read Morris Kahansky or any of that stuff. Because the thing is, it used to be kind of all tied up in survivalism, right? Like back in, like when I was young, there was a real kind of, like, it wasn't bushcrafters and preppers, it was survivalists, right? And that had, like a Cold War, you know, we're gonna get nuked aspect to it. I remember, you know, I remember the Cold War. Where are we? R. Murphy is way nicer than a Garbergen, less than half the cost. Yeah, but they're a whole different shape, right? Like, I think you could have this and that R. Murphy. Wait, which R. Murphy? You're talking about yours, right? Your version of the Canadian belt knife? Or are you discussing something else? Because did you show me something else that R. Murphy made last week? Okay, so in cadets you called it fieldcraft, okay. Just taking a look at the messages here. Scott, what are you puking over? What are you ralphing about? What's up with that? You okay, Scott? You okay? You puking? You puking, Scott? Don't puke. Because then I puke. I'm a little squeamish about that kind of thing. Here's the thing. Outdoor found me one of these on eBay, but like the full-size one for $55 US. And I want it. But again, shipping and exchange makes it like, what did we say? Like an $80 knife? Oh, I see what you're saying, Outdoor. Paul Bukim is here. How's it going, mister? I was just talking about, oh, so many things. I was talking about this again. In fact, I was using it to make some feather stickage because I'm using it still almost every day. I'm rehanging a hammer. I was talking about that. I made a bunch of silly mistakes in terms of the way I was describing oiling these things because I'd forgotten that I was talking to a bunch of perverts. But anyways. Yeah, it was $80 to ship to Canada, so I think I'm gonna get it though, just not this pay. Aside from that, like, what else did I want to talk to you guys about? What was that? I was talking about bushcraft, fieldcraft, woodcraft. I said that I was listening to the Paul Kirtley podcast. Oh yeah, how many of you guys listen to that? How many of you guys know Paul Kirtley? Got a 90-degree spine? No. But might be a very good scraper. LT got a used Jess X knife and the fro designed by Chris Tanner. I have a fro, but it's garbage. Hold on. Outdoor Nose of Paul Kirtley. Okay. Do you listen to his podcast? Like, do you remember the name of the Bushcraft PhD he was talking to? It wasn't. I don't know if it was his most recent one or not. With podcasts like I just downloaded about, yeah, I got that, dude. I know not personally. Wait. Where was I? Chris Tanner Fro. Chris Tanner Fro. No, not Chris Tanner From. Chris Tanner Fro. Is that by Schrade? Am I, like, I just sort of remembered something. Okay, it's coming up. Okay. Schrade. Fro. Oh, yeah. Okay, I know what you're talking about. How good is that? Wait. Use Jess X knife and the fro designed by Chris Tanner. That fro looks pretty. It's weird because it's not really a fro. It looks like it's a big chopper or something. Is it ground like symmetric or is it single sided? Paul, what did you buy? Were you at what is it? Veristalka? Oh, what is it? Oh, Zachary's been to Verist. The Jacari Puko 110? I will look that up. Hey, you know what I decided to do this time, guys? I'm smarter than I used to be. I'm learning. I'm doing that learning thing. I got me a pen and I got me a pad. What was that? Jacari Puko? 110. I'll look it up. Paul, yeah, the entire reason why I spend a lot of time looking at Veristalka is because of you. You told me about that order. I can't believe how good the prices are. Jess X knife. So, wait, is the Jess X the same as the fro then? As the Schrade fro? Oh, Paul, I can't wait to see what you bought. Hefeweizen. Thing is, Paul, like, if I'm gonna buy U.S. stuff, I'll just walk to one of the surpluses downtown, or I'll order from the States or something, because I don't think that they'll be able to ship there and then back for the kind of prices we're seeing, and we're what? Simon, comment ça va? Auntie, Simon Forger in the house. Same edge profile. What is the edge profile? Is it like a? Because your typical fro, the edge profile, if you look down. Wow, for a guy who went to art school his whole life, I'm really duffing up the drawing here, right? Sometimes it's kind of rounded instead, right? Which is more like the one I've got. Saber grind, yeah. Okay, that's what I was expecting. Outdoors keeping count, I see. Still. What the hell was I going to tell you guys about? I had something to tell you guys about. Oh, hold on. The Just X is a fro with a knife handle. Yeah, it's the same as the Schrade, what's it called, LT? The one you were talking about? Now, why did you get both of those? Was it to compare one against the other? Testing the Amazon overnight delivery. Bought a cheapish new tent for this weekend as I have a Scouts training camp from Friday to Sunday. Nice. It's funny because I was about to say we don't have overnight delivery here yet, but I've received a couple of things overnight. I mean, I don't know if they did that on purpose or what, but... Okay, so the Just X is like the pre-Schrade version, and then Schrade buggered it. Okay, that is non-surprising from what I hear about the Schrade. But like, what would you use the Just X for? Would you use it as one uses a fro, like for splitting logs and stuff? Like batoning? Because that's what a fro is used for, right? It's essentially a great big batoning machine. Not machine, you're the machine, but you know what I'm saying? It's a big batoning device. You baton with it is what I'm saying. Baton. I wonder how many times I can say baton in this batoning heavy conversation we're having here. It's a hatchet replacement, yeah. You know, the thing is, I don't need a hatchet replacement because I have a hatchet. And I do love the axe, as you guys know by this point. I keep wondering if, like, as you guys know by this point on something, and there's like a guy who's a recent sub who doesn't know something, and then I've sort of made an ass of myself. Amazon.ca overnight delivery is available in Montreal as long as the item is stocked in Toronto. Okay. Okay. So I should buy some hipster shit then. That was unkind. And I used an S word. Shouldn't have used that S word. Okay, you're going to use the fro for splitting camping, firewood while camping. Okay. I think I told you guys that the family's going camping this summer for like 5 days. I'm looking forward to it in a big way, man. I have got to be in the woods. It hurts that I haven't been in the woods in like a meaningful way in a long time. If you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm taking dried glue out of this silicone brush. LT, you collect knives though, right? So the fact that the Schrade and that F9 and blah blah blah, the Jess X and the fact that you have more than one knife that does the same thing isn't a problem for you because you're a collector, right? Like you've probably got a lot of knives that will do the same general thing. But like when it comes to knives that big, I just automatically think of choppers, you know? I hadn't thought of that sort of faux fro. I'm probably the only one who thinks that was funny. But yeah, like I think of choppers all the time because you can baton with them and you can swing them, and I don't do choppers, right? Because I have axes. I don't give a damn about choppers. Not so many that do batoning. Okay, so you know, yeah. Like the fro that I bought is from Lee Valley, and the thing is, they sell it as a shingling fro, because wait. Paul says he has to switch from the tablet to the tablet from his PC. Okay. Seems to work. Good, good. I'm glad it's working. Glad it's working. I like it when you're around, man. For those of you who don't know, Paul does a lot of camping at in a provincial park that I used to camp at a lot when I was growing up. It's called Golden Ears. And man, that place and Manning Park are two of my best memories from childhood, man. Something about being surrounded by that much glorious greenery and just, oh, man, I miss that. I don't miss Vancouver. I kind of miss Vancouver sometimes. I miss aspects of Vancouver, but when I chose a place to live, I don't regret having chosen Montreal. Montreal offers a lot as well, but it's very, very different than what Vancouver offers, you know? Because, I mean, that makes perfect sense. They're two different cities. But I do miss the access to mountainsides and ocean that you get when your home base is Vancouver rather than Montreal. You know. And Paul says batoning should be a last ditch use. You're absolutely right. The only time I ever baton unless I have a choice is when I'm reviewing a knife for you guys. I virtually never baton, or if I'm doing like cedar shingles into kindling and I don't want, like I have a knife on me out in the backyard and I don't want to come in and get an axe, but even then, you know, I have that tiny little axe for kindling. Tuck, tuck, tuck. Done. I'm now gonna light this. Click. No, I'm not. You know, it's funny because I have a sister. Stepsister, half sister, half step. I don't know these terms in English. Anyway, reconstituted families may call this. Robin Lamond is here. Robin in the house. You guys will be seeing him on screen at some point very soon. I think Montreal does indeed have a mountain, depending on how you look at mountain, but I believe it's a mountain because I live here. Ergo, I must be right. Right? Makes sense, eh? But what was I saying right before then? What was I just talking about, guys? I meant to do that. Here's an interesting question. Because the Hefeweizen was not great, I feel that I should have the chippy to clear the palate. Purely for palate clearing purposes. Does anyone agree? Although I don't really want to turn these live streams into a two beer event. Wow, those taste different, man. The chippy is like boom. It scintillates, whereas the other one was kind of. It wasn't a creamier taste, but it was definitely a softer taste. Definitely. But man, that chippy. That there chippy. Really? Really? I mean, are we going to do this, guys? Well, the thing is, LT, a lot of people, they swear by batoning, and I'm not here to hate on anyone, that's for sure. If you have the tool to do it. Would I baton with this? Why was that so hard to get out? Would I baton with this? Hell no. Hell no. It's a rat tail. I feel, even though, you know, when you're batoning, the force, you're hitting here, right? But I still feel that you run a risk of breaking your knife when you got like a rat tail. No, I'm not gonna break that, right? But like I carry an axe all the time. I see no need. I have no need for batoning. But also, you're teaching cadets survival skills, right? Right? You're not. Like, I feel that in a bushcraft situation, using the axe is part of the joy of. It's part of the joy of the experience. Whereas if I was in a survival situation, I'm not gonna necessarily have an axe in my pack. But I will have a knife. And I believe that batoning is a skill that everyone should master, because it's not as simple as just tuck, you know? There's a certain science to it. LT, what are the cadet loaner axes? Do you know what they are? Like, do they have a brand on them, or are they just like Gerber crap? Mystery steel, softest. The chippy is a red pale ale, which is funny because it says pale ale russe in French, but in English it just says pale ale. But if I was to spill some of this into my hand, no, I'm not really going to do it, but. Yeah, and Paul, and that's a good point. And in fact, what something Joe Robinette said that I believe. He said, survival's not fun. Survival sucks. Survival is you just trying to get the hell out of the situation you're in. You don't do survival for fun. You prepare for survival because you want to be prepared for when the crap hits the fan. Bushcraft is the joy of being in the forest. Right? It's a bigger difference than it sounds. It's a whole different context. Some of the skills are the same, but there's a massively different set of philosophies at play there. You know? And so that's where, you know, in a survival situation, yeah, you're going to freaking baton because you need some wood. In a bushcraft situation, you're making a fire, man. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, do you get the difference? And that's why I don't really baton a lot, because it's a, you know. Hold on, LT. Oh, the newer model Fiskars, okay. Well, at least they look good. The older ones were Garant, okay. You know, it's funny because I saw like a really old Garant. I don't know how it's pronounced. But I saw a really old one that looked like a really good axe. But I don't really know how old a really good Garant is. I don't know how long the company's been around. Founder's Breakfast Stout. I've never had that. Where do you live, Zachary? Because if you live somewhere where it's like, I can't get any of their... Whoops. Sorry, folks. You know, it's funny because I feel that... Oh, you're in Halifax. Okay. Ow! Oh, man, I wish I could show you guys what... Simon had a chippy last Friday. Nice. I just was saying to myself something good. I'll give you guys a hint of what's under this. It's a little project that Robin and I are working on. Yeah, breakfast stout. I had the same thought. Womp. Bit of a glue up there. That's all I'm going to say about it for now, because there are videos coming down the pipe. Paul says, for me, I have no interest in ever making fire from a bow drill. Me neither. If life is that desperate, I don't know that I want to continue. To start a fire with flint, steel, and char cloth is as primitive as you want to get. Amen, brother. Preach. I don't see the... You know, it's funny. I have somewhere... Hold on. Ah, piss on a biscuit. I wonder if I have it. I used to have a bearing specifically made for bow drill fire. No, I don't know where the hell it went. Char cloth. Kung Fu. You carry number 2 marbles. One in the woods. How old is that marbles? Because I feel that people say that marbles are not as good as they used to be, but I don't know. I've never had a marbles. See, I don't even know where my bearing is. I am that interested in learning and mastering the bow drill fire. I don't see myself ever... I'm not interested. I'm not interested. I know 2 primitive fire making methods. Joe Robinette lost his ferro rod and lost his chance at winning alone. So what I'm about to say, there's a context there that makes my words very stupid, but I don't see myself ever not being with fire making stuff. So, oh God, Robin. Everybody meet Robin. He's a comedian. That's terrible, dude. Yes, I've lost my bearing. Where was I? Like, to me, I'll have a fire steel in my fire kit, and I'll have a ferro rod probably in my pocket or on my belt. If I've lost both of these, chances are I'm not lucky enough to get a fire started any other way. I don't know. No, that's not even the right way to say it. But no, I don't see the bow drill as a priority for me at this time. But you know, it's funny how it's funny how your interests do change over time. Like, if you master something, you kind of want to try something else. You know, I haven't sharpened this knife since I started using it almost daily. And look at this. This is a pissy little $18 knife. Made in, was it Taiwan? Made in Taiwan with German steel. German 4116 stainless steel. I can't believe how good this is for the price. Ridiculous. It's almost unfair. It's illegal. It should be illegal. I don't know why I'm saying that. That's a ridiculous statement. Look at this. I'm going to stop crying about this knife. You guys have heard it enough. Now, funny thing about this knife. I told you guys that I'd like to get the Basecamp X one. And, all right, Zachary, when you get back, I want to know what that brew is. The Basecamp X one is out of stock. It's back ordered. So I left my phone number. No, I didn't. I left my email address and said, you know, when it's back in stock, let me know. But I haven't heard from them in like since the day after I got this, or rather the one that I lost, and we'll be replacing with this one, Simo. I'll sharpen it up before I get it to you though. So my plan was to be doing more of the glue up for this project on camera tonight and talking to you about it. But, nice one, Paul. But, after work I had to rocket to school, pick Camille up for her swimming lesson. I dropped by like A&W on the way because the burger place, she likes having a hamburger with fries in it. Okay, that's her favorite supper right now. The burger place near our house is so slow that I would not have gotten her to swimming lesson on time because it was at 5:45. I leave work at 4:30. I might get home at 5:15 kind of thing, right? So I stopped off, picked her up some chicken nuggets because she does like them chicken nuggets or chicken fingers. Who cares? Whatever. Picked her up. We went to swimming, got her stuff all ready, got her in the pool, realized I'd forgotten to bring PJs and a change of undies. So the missus got those when she got back from work. Sorry guys. Met us there, passed us this stuff and said, hey, can you go to Costco? You got 2 hours, you got like an hour and a half or 2 hours until it closes. I said, I got a not a podcast. I got a live stream tonight. She said, and I just went, okay. I got back just in time to, well, I had like 15 minutes. But all that to say, I did not prepare for a glue up while we were live streaming tonight, which is too bad. It's too bad. Let me just get back into. Sorry guys, I don't mean to be moving everything. Blackpool. Simon, this is yours. I don't know what's happening, guys. Man, like I can't find that old Canadian belt knife. LT, you've lived in every place that's got a Canadian Forces base, though, right? Was saying, yeah, I don't know where that knife is. I don't know where my main fire kit is. I don't know where my backup fire kit is. I don't know where that hat I used to wear in my videos is. Like, it's like when I lose something these days, it just goes and just it's gone. I don't know where this stuff is. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. It's to the point now where if I don't see something, just buy a new one. I'm never gonna find it. It's an expensive way to live your life. Good thing I got that cool Convoy SG fire kit. Hey, Anthony Henry's not on tonight. Block plane. Oh, that one hurts. I lost a block plane. An antique Stanley 220 blah blah blah, whatever it is. My favorite plane, man. Oh, I don't know where it went. I'm so tired of losing things. Let's see if I can make fire sticks with this knife. Did I say fire sticks? I meant, whatevs, dude. I find it harder to control because the shape around here is so different than it is on a fixed blade. So like I don't have quite the same feel. It ain't bad though. Look under Camille's bed. I've already done that. Wait. You hide something and forget where you hid it? Yes, I've done that. Invest in some Rubbermaid bins, man. I have maybe 20 of them by now. Yeah, you're right. I need to... just pretend that didn't happen. Hold on a second here. Wouldn't that be funny? Scott went to school in Montreal in 1986. He ate at a place called Chalet Chicken a lot. I think you're talking about Chalet Barbecue. Yeah, that's still there. I think it's still there, actually. I don't know. I haven't been into West Mountain for months. Probably 2 years, in fact. You know what? I have a Rubbermaid bin right here. Well, fuck me. I didn't mean that. Simone? Fire kit? Fire kit? Primus stove? Jesus Christ. Trangia stove. There's my jute twine. Cheap Chinese stove. Brass canister that I have no idea what it's for, but I was looking for it. But I still can't find my hat. Okay. Okay. I'm glad to have all these things back because it was frustrating me. But I feel like a real prize fighter right now. Simone? Your knife is now in way better condition than the one I bought to replace it. Actually, it's not that obvious. But, excuse me. Okay, so you can have your knife back whenever you want it. Okay. Okay. The thing about a fire kit is it's a very personal thing. I'm almost out of char cloth. Oh, I see, Simone. I keep waterproof matches just in case everything really goes south. It's a point of pride that I've only had to use like 3 of these. Little pieces of wood, right? I want more fat wood. I do love me some fat wood. I've been slightly changing the way I use it lately, though, because what I used to do, as you can see, and you guys will probably be able to tell me, Simone, your knife is over here. What I used to do is, you know, make shavings. Now, what I'm wondering is, maybe what I should be doing is turning it around on a knife with a better spine than this, and just, you know, making a powder. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? How many of you guys use fat wood? And those of you who do, which is better in your opinion? Girlfriend asked me to take her shooting. Any tips? What are you going to be taking her shooting with? because I would say first thing would be your most recoil less, your least recoil fudge. The firearm with the least recoil is the best way to start. Absolutely. Because what you don't want is to start her off and it to not be fun, right? Don't scare her with the big, you know, don't start her with a 30-06, right? Start her with like a, I don't know, whatever's your smallest. Hell, start her with a 22 if you want, but she's probably not looking for a 22. If she's asking you to take her shooting, you know, but start her with whatever's your lightest, you know, your friendliest rifle. That's where I would say start. Where am I? Fatwood is quite easy to find in Quebec. There's actually some at the park near here, but I'm kind of afraid of getting picked up if I'm trying to saw some out in the park. I would also, like, those of you who are Canadian know, you know, prove it safe, right? Like, teach her all that stuff just to show that you know about gun safety as opposed to just, woo, you know, YouTube, guy showing his gun to shoot, showing his girlfriend to shoot, bam, bam, you know. Because my woman doesn't want me to show her to shoot, that's for damn sure. Paul, that works sometimes, but not all the time. Like, it's funny because I use a 270 Winchester, and I'm still recoil shy. You know, the thing is, I don't shoot very often, right? Because for me, it's not a lifestyle; it's a food acquisition machine, right? So I shoot a bunch in the lead up to hunting season, but like when I haven't been shooting for like a couple of months, I'm pretty recoil shy at the start, you know. And let's face it, 270 puck, you know. Oh, you got a 38 Henry. Yeah, Paul really shoots as well. Man, I want a Henry. Is Jaegerheim still here? Jaeger, are you still there? Because I've been talking to him about because I want a lever action. I really do. I have for a long time. I was looking at the Marlins for a while because I wanted something that ejected out the side so I could put a scope on if I wanted it. So I was like, no, forget the Winchesters. But I'm hearing that Marlin ain't what it used to be. But I do hear that Henry kind of still is really good, and Jaeger said something along those lines as well, which sort of convinced me that that was probably the way I want to go. When I was in cadets, I didn't get to shoot anything that fancy, man. I didn't get to shoot a C1 or, you know, we just shot the Enfield, but like the cadetized one. I've said this before, and one day I will have a non-sporterized Lee Enfield in 3/3 British. One day I will. Oh, except now it's all awkward because Quebec has a long gun registry again. And here's the funny thing. So I'm registering my guns. Whoops, sorry, because I'm law-abiding for reasons that are A, obvious, and B, not mine to talk about online. Oh, Simone, you met your girlfriend at Comox? Really? Interesting. Anyway, what the hell was I talking about? So yeah, so I'm trying to register my long guns. I've only got 2 of them, so it's an easy go. I got a 22 that I hate, and would love to trade up for a better 22. But anyway, it's a Remington. What is it? 597. Do you guys know that one? It's the semi-auto one. It's all camo. Stop it. And for God's sakes, every time I click submit, like I go through the whole rigmarole, name and address, firearm description, firearm serial number, blah blah blah, blah blah blue, and then submit. And every time I hit submit, I got like an error message, not a 404, but something as just as redonkulous. So I sent them an email because I was at the end of, like, you know, the deadline for this crap, and they said, oh yeah, sorry about that. Tell you what, mail it in. I guess I should clean that up, eh? The thing is, I almost never use this. In fact, I've only used it like twice. What do you guys use to clean this up? What do you guys use it? Paul Bikima retracted a message. Damn it! Why? I wanted to know what you said. Wait, what was not before December 2018? Hold on, I'm skipping back here. LT, not before December 2018. What was that? Oh, Paul, man. When I'm typing stuff out, I am the typo master. In fact, I am the EPOT matzer. So if you're typoing, no judgment. Zachary, right. Marlin was bought out. Yeah. Okay. I remember reading about that somewhere. Something to that effect. Anyway, so I'm not gonna do the Marlin thing when I finally get around to. I don't buy a whole lot of firearms. You know, there are other things like I need a new computer because Stimo and I made a video that, just like the last video we made together, is choking the crap out of my computer because it's too long and my computer is a 2013. But, you know, so, you know, like there's a lot of stuff to buy before I can start throwing money at firearms. That's for damn sure. But one day I would like to have a nice lever action, and I'd like to have a non-sporterized Lee Enfield 303. Why is she vacuuming at 22 past 10? Did you guys hear that? Well, okay then. Bum. Okay, Paul doesn't hear it. You're right about that, Sumo. You know, Zachary, the thing is, it's not a great time for gun manufacturers these days, you know? And I'm not saying that with glee, and I'm not saying that it's a bad thing. I'm just saying, right now it's not a good time for gun manufacturers. Remington has definitely felt the burn. It's just, you know, in the States, millennials ain't connecting with guns the way Generation X and baby boomers did. And they're not buying them. You know, yeah, there's, you know, the AR is experiencing an image problem like no other firearm in American history probably has. You know, and unfortunately, all these companies went hard into ARs, you know, recently. And I mean, I don't blame them because, you know, that Remington hunting variant was a logical choice because every time a generation goes to war, what they use in theater is what they feel attracted to as a hunting rifle. This was true of bolt actions. This was true of you know, semi-autos, this is true of the AR. But, Anthony, I was just talking about you. No, I wasn't. Like 20 minutes I was talking about you. I was asking where you were. Did the package arrive? LT, I don't, you know, I'm not anti-millennial or anything. It's the kids who are under them right now. I'm not so sure about, but not yet. Yeah, I sent you a picture of the with the tracking number, though, right, Anthony? For those of you who don't know, when I had to redo the drawing for my for the fire kit, Anthony's the one who won the second round. No, I didn't hear anything about Daniel Defense. Daniel Defense, last time I no longer buy firearms magazines, I no longer buy mountain biking magazines, and I no longer buy bass playing magazines because all of these magazines made me want to buy things. And as you guys know, I've just come through like a half decade of very rough times. So I stopped reading everything, so I don't know what's going on in any of these fields anymore. You know, but I remember Daniel Defense being very, very desirable AR variants. That's for sure, and expensive as stuff, if I remember correctly. But what's going on with them now? Paul, I love magazines. I worked in magazines for 15 years. I love me magazines. I just, man, but, you know, if you're not careful, they will convince you to buy things because they are in the business of appealing to advertising dollars. See what I'm doing right now? This is not safe. It's a terrible idea. Thing is, when you're making feather sticks, you're supposed to kind of, you know, have your arm like this. And it really does work the best. I kind of went... It's funny because I put a picture of this knife up on Instagram, what was it, weeks ago. And I had done the fire sticks towards me just to be a little saucy and see if anyone noticed. Paul, of course, noticed. No surprise. But since doing that, you know how every now and again you make fun of something for so long and then you start to do it? I found myself doing that. I'm thinking, what am I doing? I know better than this. So I won't be making any more feather stickage tonight. But yeah, I love me magazines. I used to read African Sporting Journal, quarterly journal, yes, which became African Hunting Quarterly or Journal or whatever. That was an expensive one though. That was like $14 every time I bought it because it was made in South Africa, I think, or the UK, whatever. Somewhere far enough away that by the time a magazine gets here, it's out of date and expensive as shit, dude. But man, I loved it because I've always had what I call what the French call mal d'Afrique, okay? Except that I've never been there. But as long as I can remember, I've had this thing, gotta go to Africa. So I've always read anything that happens or takes place or blah 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 about Africa. Anthony, no, everything is finally right. And you know why? Because I'm not using Wirecast Go anymore. Tonight I'm using YouTube's own app. So everything is fantabulous. Except that I you know, last week I had my little super down there, right? Okay, let me take a look. Okay. Tracking says the 15th. Okay. I can't wait till you get it, man. I love giving stuff away. I think I love giving stuff away as much or more than I like winning stuff. I mean, I like winning stuff as well because I never used to do it. But I really like giving stuff away. Is there an NRA-like organization in Canada? There's a couple of them. But, you know, like, I don't... We're not going to get the right to bear arms here. So it's a wasted argument as far as I'm concerned. And I'm not in danger of losing my firearms because I'm not doing anything badass. I'm okay with the situation as it is here. There are a couple of things that kind of bug me, but on the whole, I couldn't afford to buy the things that bug me anyway. So I don't, you know, we have so many problems to deal with that there are other people dealing with that one. I'll let them handle it. What I'm really concerned about is this weirdness going on with getting gravity. LT, you know the term, right? For the flippers that can gravity open. That really bugs me. That really, man. Because that's not a legal difference. That's Canada Customs making an arbitrary decision. Drives me freaking bonkers. Founder publicly stated his approval of U.S. government's potential compromise with the Second Amendment, I guess. But he's British, isn't he? So he didn't grow up with sort of the American concept being permeated into his head the way... I think the Daniel of Daniel Defense is British, isn't he? But I can see the American public going freaking crazy. Okay. Yeah. Even the thumb stud on the blade. See? I ain't never gonna get my Benchmade 940 now. But it's just, it's weird because, like, we've never... You know... Oops. Society is driven by fear in a lot of ways. And I'm not saying this as, you know, I want to buy 1 million knives. Zachary, interestingly, the founder of Ruger made statements that alienated their users as well a while ago, like years and years ago. The company's still there, so. But people are afraid of this. But what we now know is that you can rent a van and kill way more people than you can with this. If I walk into a crowd and I start, first of all, good luck. Someone's going to cold cock me before I get more than... And I'm not going to do that, by the way. What I'm saying is, I'm just saying as an excuse because I don't believe in hurting people. But this is not as dangerous as someone who can rent a frickin' van, as Toronto now knows. As, you know, no, I don't want to get into this because I don't want to get too political. But what I'm saying is, Canada Customs making a decision, it's not a legal decision. It's a, what is it? They reclassified it? I don't even know what that is. It's not, there's no legislation behind it. It's just they decided. Makes no sense to me. Jess, why don't you have a Walter's Axe giveaway? I do. I will have a Walter's Axe giveaway. It's just I'm waiting to reach like a real milestone. I think it's a Walter's. Hold on. What am I giving away? What am I giving away? I don't remember. This is the one I'm giving away, I think. Yeah, and it's a Walter's. I think this is the one I'm giving away. Because it's way too similar to this one, which was my first serious restore. But yeah, I'm gonna give this one away, but I can't decide what my milestone's gonna be for it. I really thought that I was going to be going gangbusters on the subs by this point in the year, but it's like every time I hit 2145, I lose 4. I mean, because what happens is, you know, YouTube goes through and clears out inactive accounts, you know, every now and again. So it's not just that I'm saying something and pissing off 4 or 5 people at a time. It's, you know, there's all kinds of reasons behind it, but I thought I'd be at 3,000 by this point, you know. But, you know. Yeah, I can buy a machete at Canadian Tire, right? And I'm not saying that... I'm not a libertarian. I'm not against government intervention in my life because I'm a realist, okay? But when when the government makes mediagenic choices instead of logical ones, I have a problem with it. Now, I will say something that'll get me shot, but I didn't have a problem with the Canadian Gun Registry because that was the only hope we were ever going to see of getting the AR-15 non-restricted. Because if it had to be registered the same as restricted our firearms have to be, then there was a chance for those who were trying to get the AR non-restricted for it to happen. I personally don't own one. I probably won't own one. So it's all a theoretical thing for me, but that was the one thing I, you know. Warriors and Wonder says 8 Benchmade 940 variants in stock. Why did you tell me that? Too long a debate for this chat, you're totally right. Not to say axe. Gonna start broadcasting on my YouTube. Oh, you're gonna... Paul's gonna be getting back on the YouTubes. Yeah, man. You're gonna be able to chat more real time than typing. Let me know if it works. Okay. Anthony. No, she's done now. It sounds like now she turned on the dishwasher. I don't know. LT, yeah, I know, but there would have been a chance to make the argument. Now there isn't, right? Because the people who made that decision, they can further entrench. You know, the thing is, I can't bring up any passion for the argument. Because it's not like it is in the States. There's no amendments. There's no nothing. There's no, we're not brought up with this idea being drilled into our heads or anything like that, right? To me, the whole thing is theoretical. You know. But Paul, it's interesting that you said that because I want to start doing Google Hangouts again. I used to do them a while ago, but they kind of went off the rails a couple of times. But I'd like to start doing Google Hangouts again. What I think I'm going to do is, some of you know that Ron Swanson has gotten back on YouTube after like a year of being away. And what he's done is what I think I will do. Just at the beginning, I'll give the link to... Well, actually, I'd give the link to any of you guys here, but I won't just let it be open to anyone. Because the problem I had was I let it be open to anyone, and it got derailed way too much. But yeah, so Paul, if... oh, too demanding on your Wi-Fi. Okay. Paul, what's your Wi-Fi like out there? Are you in Vancouver itself, or are you near Vancouver? Or am I asking? Do you want people to know what your geographical whereabouts is? Did I just make an error? Burnaby, okay. Okay. Because some people, like especially like in the sort of the more survival or prepper, they're like, don't say what province I live in, man. Okay, dude. Anyways, all that's, whatevs. Whatevs. I don't believe I found my fire kits. I have to celebrate by throwing a spark. I'm gonna use the back of this. That was fun. Yeah. Okay, that works really nicely. I'm gonna get into the forest at some point soon. Hook or by crook, as the old folkies say. Yeah, sorry, Paul. Yeah, LT, you sure did. Yeah. Oh, no, because I'm not making any more Sparkies. No, we're good. We're good. 22:41, so we're getting off in 19 minutes. Anyone want to talk about anything specific? I feel like I derailed my own live stream with talk about the, you know, the gun thing. I really try not to talk about firearms because it really brings out sort of the passions in people, and what I don't want to do is alienate anyone, because I believe that I can disagree with someone no matter what and we can still be friends, but not everyone thinks that way, so I don't want to piss anyone off. So I tend not to talk about like hot button items if I can get away from it, except to talk about firearms that I'd really like to have, like a pretty lever. And I think I want it in 30-30. Maybe, do they make one in 357 mag? I mean, you guys know I'm on record for saying I like, you know, the older a round is, the more I'm gonna like it, you know? I mean, maybe not, what is it, 43 government, 45 government? What's that? What's the one that's government? That old lever action round? Yeah. Definitely gonna get outdoors. I negotiated with the missus so that I can go outdoors a little bit this summer. The problem is that there's whatever. Life just keeps getting in the way. Big Henry boy fires 38 and 357. Oh, Paul, yeah, man. I'm competing with Netflix right now. I hear it. We had to really up the hell out of our internet service, because otherwise, when I was uploading a video and the missus was watching something, it would kill her broadcast. You know, which sort of made the monthly cost go a little higher. Actually, you know, it didn't. We were with a big ticket carrier and we switched to a smaller name carrier, got twice the internet speed and blah 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 for half the money. So there are ways to really improve that, you know. Wow, 300 gig, nice. But the thing is, Paul, I know you're just teasing. You know, you're a nice guy. You're not trying to be a, you know, but I kind of want to do a video on this. It scratches at my head that I'm not. See, here's the thing. I used to hit the forest on a semi-regular basis because otherwise I'd be spending money on therapy. And for the past like 15 years, forest time has come at a real premium for me. And it eats away at me, you know. I sit here and I'm like, oh my god, you know, because I'm not that easy to live with when, you know, the black dog comes calling, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, just thinking about how I want to be in the woods. I'm not great at like diesel stinking 90-degree angles, you know? And I don't have like a lot of, I don't want to make it sound like I've got a ton of like voyageur or mountain man skills or anything like that, you know? To me, growing up, camping was car camping, okay? You know, my canoe paddling is pedestrian at best, but I would love to fix that. There's, you know. Uh-oh. Jaegerheim just dropped me on the line to say sorry for bailing on the yeah, Paul, most of your camping is car camping as well. And you spend a lot of time at Golden Ears, eh? Have you been to Manning a lot lately? Because I remember Manning went bankrupt for a while, or it was a provincial park, and then it became privatized, and then it went bankrupt, and then or maybe it wasn't the park that was privatized, it was just the resort. I don't really remember, but I remember Manning being like on the ropes at one point, you know? What I want to do, here's what I would like to do. I would like to take a canoe camping trip in Algonquin Park, because I've never been to Algonquin Park, but I know people who've gone, and they say that, you know, the Joe Robinette videos or the blah 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 videos. I'm like, yeah, even better, you know. Oh, your boy's almost 11. Hell yeah. Yeah, Manning is out in the middle of nowhere though, eh? But Manning Park is where Jesse the ecologist started. I think I did a blog post on this at my WordPress site, which I should really be working harder at that. But I don't know if I told you guys this on screen, but Manning Park, okay, I'm like 15, so I'm full of myself, right? I am the intellect. I am the young buck. And so we're camping in Manning Park, and we've decided that they were offering a tour of like subalpine meadows. So we decided to go on this tour, and I'm following along. And you know, being a 15-year-old kid, like I went camping and everything, but I didn't connect with the outdoors, right? Camping was something you did on the weekend to take a trip. So in the subalpine meadows, and there's a Parks BC. Wait, was Manning a provincial or? Oh, see you later, Scott. I'm just getting into my story and you're logging off? What's up with that? Everyone say bye to Scott. Anyways. So, there's this park ranger. Oh, LT sent me a... Oh, there's a bunch of texts here. Hold on. Oh, okay. I see. Is the Schrade the one with the curved blade? Or no, the Schrade is the one with the square one. Okay. Interesting. Here's the two knives the LT was talking about. The fro and the Schrade fro in the original one. Anyways, so we're following this ranger, park ranger, provincial, I think, right? Provincial park ranger. Paul will know if it was provincial or... Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was provincial. Anyway, so Jackie Blanchard's here. Backpack Jack. How's it going? Hold on, let me just skip that. So yeah, so we're in these subalpine meadows in Manning Park, and I'm 15, and I don't give a crap about anything but myself. The park ranger, though, is like 24 and sweet, right? So I'm listening to her, and she's got like this kind of lowish voice, not like shrill, but man, whoo! So no matter what, I'm hanging back, and I'm bored with blah, but I do hear her voice, and I'm like, I'm aware of where she is, man. And oh, it's funny. And at one point there was a gray jay that flew off with something in its mouth, and she's like, "Did somebody feed that gray jay?" And I was like, "No." She said, "Okay." I thought someone had fed it because it had something in its mouth. I remember that really clearly for some reason. And she said that, and she was describing plants, and she said, "Now here's the thing. I'm actually a biologist, so here's where I get to geek out." And she was talking about these plants, and I'm just not caring. And I looked down into there's a bowl valley. And at the bottom, there's like this herd of ungulates of some sort. I don't know if they were caribou or what. But they were far enough down that they were just a black smudge on the ground. And they were moving. And it's funny because in my head, they're moving pretty fast. But they probably weren't because I was looking a long way away. Excuse me. But because the way they're moving is following the contours of the bowl valley behind, I don't know. I was just enchanted by the way they moved against the landscape, even though there's nothing magical going on. And up above, right, there was blue skies with these huge, like, blobs of ice cream for clouds marching off way into the distance. Just, and man, something just went, you know? Like watching the clouds go into the distance, I got this huge sense of yearning to see where they went. And it wasn't immediate, but like I started to think of the world differently. And now we're at the position where I would like to leave the world as clean as I can. Because I will probably not be here to experience the disasters that are coming. But my daughter will be here. And I feel that I think this way so strongly because of that afternoon on a camping trip with my dad and my sister at the age of 15, where I was too self-important to be listening until I saw those the splendor, the utter splendor of everything in front of me, hold on. Jackie, you're never going to catch up. There's way too much been going on. Wait. Zachary's been to Gromorn, yeah. Yeah, I've never been to Gromorn, but I'd like to. Yeah, Jackie, man. It's 22:52. I end this thing at 11 p.m. But it's good that you're here. Oh, they've been keeping track, so I've burped 11 times tonight. Okay. Yeah, Jackie, me too. Kids. Wait, kid, actually, in my case. I think you've got 3, right? But I've only got 1, and man, she does take up a lot of time. But anyway, oh, I'm so glad that I found my fire kits. I'm so embarrassed that I found them on screen. But you know. But I'm not putting them back into the Rubbermaid, that's for damn sure. This will go back in because I never use it. Do you guys know what these are for? I can't get it off, actually. I will get it off later. Simon, found your knife. I'm going to keep it in a safe spot for you. Throttled by YouTube. That should be like the name of a song. Oh, it's a match case. Okay. Reminds me, how many of you guys have seen that was that film called Passchendaele? Any of you guys see that? Good Canadian movie. Hey, you know about the Passchendaele there? Love story. Had who was in that? Caroline Davernaz was the female lead. What the hell was the male lead's name? Robin says I should live stream from the garage next time to see what I find. Then he brings up the saw set that I can't find. God damn it, man. I don't know where that went. Simon saw Passchendaele, yeah. Paul Gross, yeah. Magic case. Paul Gross was in Due South, that's true. Oh, there it is. I'll get it later. 5 more minutes to go. Never Cry Wolf was maybe the last Canadian film you watched. Okay. You know, it's funny because I've seen a lot of Canadian films, Paul, because I went to film school. I saw a lot of stuff by like Adam Egoyan and guys like that, and Denis Villeneuve before he went to Hollywood. But I don't get to watch a lot of movies anymore. You know, I don't get the time between kids and my schedule and the missus's schedule. There's just no time, you know? In the course of this night's video, I have made an epic mess of this place. What the hell? What's going on with that? I don't know. I'm going to have to clean up after we're done here because I have made an epic mess. Never Cry Wolf. Yeah. I don't know what to talk about for the last 5 minutes here, guys. Whoops. Almost finished the second beer. This I've been looking for a long ass time. You know, you can't go wrong with this stuff. That's for damn sure. It's funny, Paul, because I was talking to someone about Scouts at work recently. I don't know, their kids in the Girl Guides or something. Anthony Henry, Wrangler Star list. There's a Wrangler Star list? La Petite Fille? Well, the way Camille acts, you'd think it's Petite Femme. But yeah, she's just a little... Yeah, good old cadets. I don't know if I want to be a civilian instructor at the cadets. I don't even know where my old squadron meets anymore. They used to meet at the... yeah, that's true. Scouts is all genders. It's funny, Paul, because on Facebook, someone down in the States was going crazy over the fact that, like, a small part of... I think it's just a small part of the Scouts down there is going co-ed. I'm like, that's just the way Scouts are up here, guys. And the country didn't split in two or sink into the ocean. People just don't like change. Even like change like that who cares? You know, it's not a bad thing, you know? Yeah, Jackie, it's like, you know, I don't know. I don't get what the problem is, you know? But I often don't get what the problem is about certain things. And I don't know if it's because I just don't care about anything or if people are too upset over everything, you know? I don't know. Boy Scouts USA is newly quiet, and so many old school leaders are losing their collective shiza. Yeah, and I don't know. I don't know what the problem is here. I mean, we're not talking about... No, I don't even know how to finish that sentence. You know? I mean, and maybe it's because what I went to after Beavers, like I didn't do anything until I went to the cadets, which of course is co-ed. You know? So maybe that has affected my take on everything. But Scouts being co-ed is not a problem. In fact, it's probably a strength. I mean, I don't know how to finish that thought, actually. Yeah, I don't know how to finish that thought. Like I feel that is a strength, but I don't know why. Like all I really know is that this kind of thing is never as bad as people think it's gonna be. You know. How come Outdoor Dauber hasn't said anything in a while? Are you still alive, man? Everybody ask Outdoor Dauber a question. Any question. Something that's not going to be embarrassing to answer. Sandra Perron? Let me look. I was standing in the field. Canada's first female infantry officer breaks silence on... Oh, I see, okay. On abuse. Yeah. Oh, it's 23:01. Time to cut this thing down. So I will see you guys next week. As I said, there's no actual videos right now because of the YouTuber strike, but I will definitely be live streaming again next Tuesday at 9 Montreal/New York City time. So thanks for hanging out with me, guys. Thanks for having a couple of beers. Thanks for keeping track of the burping, for God's sakes. And I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.